What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a little bit of a chat about that new Digimon set. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. EX4 is coming, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. It's gonna be awesome. Now, this is the one that's coming out on December the 23rd, and we still, at least at the time of recording, we still have not actually seen it be put up onto the website and all of that, but we do now have a look at the booster pack and booster box, so it's coming, and it is awesome. I suppose we are still waiting for official confirmation of the release of the 23rd of December, but come on, it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening. Just like EX02 was released last year in Japan on the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve. And if I may be so bold as to make a suggestion, a prediction, then I believe that EX06 is going to be released next year on December the 22nd in Japan. We're a little way away from that yet, but I do think it's a sensible prediction. Because we've seen these EX sets at the moment, they do tend to release in Japan in the end of July, around about Digimon Day, and right before Christmas. It still weirds me out that Japan will release things so close to Christmas. You would never see this in the West, in US, Europe, etc. You release stuff generally in mid-November because you do not want to give up those shopping days in the run-up to Christmas. Over in Japan, the culture is different, and it's not such a big deal. We see trading card games like Digimon have absolutely no issue releasing sets on Christmas Eve or thereabouts, and it's weird to me and my Western sensibilities, but I don't particularly care. It's still worth getting a little bit excited about. Honestly, the biggest issue for me here is that I don't get to get them quite so quickly, because around about Christmas, stuff gets delayed. And getting this stuff to me takes a little bit longer, and that's a little bit sad. You will notice that the booster pack does feature Omnimon Ultra S. That is a card I showed you the other day. It was, among the first cards revealed from the set. It is weird that they've gone and started doing reveals, like daily reveals on Twitter, etc., before they started showing off like the set and the booster pack and all of that and putting it up on the website, which does seem to be a little bit strange. But hey ho, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming. It is coming. And actually, while we're here, no, we're not waiting for official confirmation of the release date, because of course, when they've been doing the daily reveals, they have been saying, hey, it's coming out on the 23rd of December. So no, sorry, just to be 100% clear, we are not waiting on the release date. The release date is now 100% official. But it does seem a little bit rude to talk about the new set and show you the booster pack, etc., without showing you any new cards. And we've got some new cards to get a little bit excited about. We're going to start with Growlmon. And shout out to the lovely folks at DigimonCard.dev for the translations. I did some of them myself, and they helped, and they're awesome. So we've got Jimmon then. 3 cost to play normally, 1 cost to Digivolve, 2,000 power. And I've said this before a lot, I don't like it when things cost more to Digivolve, but I really don't like it when stage 3s cost 1 to Digivolve, because we've all played a lot of games of this by now, right? We all know the deal that you start off, if you go first on turn 1, you don't have any memory. You start at 0. Which means the first card you play that does anything in terms of memory passes a turn to your opponent. So what you really don't want to do is evolve your level 2 into a level 3 and pass a turn. You want to evolve your level 2 into your level 3 for free, and then either evolve into your level 4 or play another card and then pass the turn. So I really intensely dislike paying to evolve level 3s. And yes, I know it digivolves as a 0 cost from Digimon, but that's just saying it costs the normal amount if you hamstring yourself into digivolving from the right level 2, and that annoys me. However, if both players' trashes contain 20 or more cards in total, this Digimon gains Rush for the turn. Late game, 3 cost Digimon with Rush, that is nuts. That is like genuinely, legitimately, absolutely nuts. We don't see 3 cost Digimon with Rush. We just don't. Like Bushy Agumon is a 5-cost with Rush. And yes, I know there's things like Darkdramon that can get there. That's not the same, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the same. Sure, you have to have 20 cards in the trash of you and your opponent, but you can make a South Milling deck that will get you there. And then there's going to be those games where your opponent has that strategy as well. And if your opponent's deck revolves around South Milling, they're not going to stop South Milling just to try and slow you down. And then there are going to be games where you can pretty early have a 3-cost rusher. That's going to make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to make a difference. Oh, and I haven't said this out loud, although you can clearly see it. It is very obviously a dual colour red and purple. Speaking of which, we can go up the evolution line into Black Growlmon. 5 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power. Once again, 3 is too high. Once again, it's only 2, which it should be if you go specifically from Geomon. When Digivolving, both players trash the top 2 cards of their deck, and then you can return a Geomon or a Digimon card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name from your trash to your hand. South Milling, we've already seen, is important in this deck. Getting Jimmon or Growlmon or Gallantmon back to your hand is important, because again, the downside of South Milling is you might accidentally get rid of resources that you then later need. Well, don't worry your pretty little head, ladies and gentlemen. Black Growlmon's got your back. And then it's got an inheritable skill on deletion. You may return a Jimmon or a Digimon card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name from your trash to your hand. So more recovery there, and the recovery in a South Milling deck, the recovery is important, because blind South Milling with no recovery is generally a very bad idea. We've then got Black WarGrowlmon, 8 cost to play normally, 4 cost to Digivolve, 8,000 power. Once again, 4 cost is 1 higher than we usually see. Once again, you can knock it down to the usual 3 as long as you Digivolve specifically from Growlmon. When Digivolving, both players trash the top 3 cards of their deck, and I do need to make this very, very clear, because I didn't make it clear enough with Black Growlmon. This is not a may, this is both players do. So, Black Growlmon puts 4 cards into the combined trash. Black WarGrowlmon puts 6 cards into the combined trash. And there's no ifs, buts, or maybes, it has to be done. And remember, I just told you that blind South Milling with no recovery is a bad idea. Well, that's basically what you're forcing your opponent into here. And that's kind of hilarious, because you are making a deck which is, it's made to mill. So, if you know you're going to be milling, you're working around the milling. Your opponent isn't working around the milling. And that means they're going to end up in a bad place, and that's going to be kind of hilarious. Then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon with a total power of up to 3,000 or less, and delete them. Obviously, that's not much. But for every 10 cards in both players' trash combined, you add 2,000 to the maximum power. So you're generally aiming for 20 cards in the trash, because that activates your rush. Well, that means you can choose Digimon up to a total power of 7,000 and delete them, and that's pretty good. No inheritable skill here, but I think it's fair to say the general skills here are incredibly strong. Now moving up to your level 6, you've got ChaosGallantmon. 12 cost to play normally, 12,000 power, 4 cost to Digivolve. 4 is not actually huge for a level 6, we've seen this a lot. But you can knock it down to 3 if it's from a level 5, if the name contains WarGrowlmon. So WarGrowlmon, Black WarGrowlmon, etc., they all count. And we've got another new keyword skill. Love it, ladies and gentlemen. Love it. Of course, the other day I showed you Antilemon that's got that new keyword skill. Now, DigimonCard.dev have translated it as Alliance. Works for me. That's the one that lets you suspend one of your other Digimon, add their power to yours, and get security attack +1, which honestly seems like a really powerful skill. This is very much on my radar. This one, we've got trash. At the end of your turn, by deleting one of your Digimon with Gallantmon in its name, with a Digivolution card, that is to say not one that you played normally or just hard casted and didn't evolve, play this card without paying its memory cost. Oh, well that's quite good. Because, yeah. Now, it does need to be a card with Gallantmon in its name, admittedly, and that tends to be bigger Digimon and all of that. But if you've got a Digimon which you don't need anymore, or that's used its evolution skills or whatever, you delete that and play this one for free. You're not really playing a Digimon for free, you're replacing a Digimon for free. And I do think that is a pretty big difference, but that's still really good. If you could play this in addition to, yes. If you could play this by getting rid of a level 3, yes. Realistically here, you're getting rid of a level 6 and playing a new level 6 in its place. You're replacing. But that's still really, really good, ladies and gentlemen. That is still very, very good indeed. And then, of course, we've got, on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 7,000 power or less. For every 10 cards in both players' trash combined, add 2,000 to the maximum power you can choose with this effect. So, yeah, it's basically a better version of Black WarGrowlmon, but without doing the milling. But bearing in mind, you know, again, we're aiming for 20 cards in the trash, so that's 11,000 power. That is a lot of level 6s you'll be deleting. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this is good, and you should be excited. I like this. I like that there's a new set coming. I am loving that we've got this new keyword skill, and a free cost rusher. You better believe Jimmon's on my radar, ladies and gentlemen. You had better believe it's on my radar. But for now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching WasiPlays.